Gareth, always flying in the face of convention. You've just taken a club on the 7th hole to play it in a way it wasn't designed to be played. You've hit driver across all of it, the ditch, the lot, to try and get in the far fairway. You look like you're flushing it.
Yeah, no, I'm hitting the drive well. I've gone to a fade now, so it's...
I can see, that's nice.
It's a bit more, I guess the dispersion comes down a bit. So, yeah, Andy was in the fairway, so I was like, there's no point in another one short, so I might as well take the gamble. You
two can really play, and you know, it's amazing when you think you've come from, and you're not that far removed from playing professional football, from what you did for your entire career, where you didn't have time to focus on your golf. You do now. Yeah. For you, when you look at both sports though, what's the greatest similarity across the disciplines between golf and football, but also what's the biggest difference that may be something you enjoy now?
I think just being a professional sportsman, you're always trying to look for perfection in whatever you do, and whatever you do, you want to be as good as you can. So yeah. Obviously me loving golf now, you just now start to practice a bit more, and you just kind of, you see like the progression, and when you're on the course, you're like hitting the shots that you're practicing, then you feel like the reward of it. So, and the same with football, you do it when you're growing up. You spend hours passing the ball against the wall, shooting against the goal, and then when you actually are scoring them goals, it's such like a fulfillment of all the work you've put in to actually see the results. So yeah, whatever sport I play, I do the same.
You've got a great swing, you hit the ball fantastically well, but obviously, as you well know, and I'm sure it's the same in football, you could watch a footballer and think, well, they've got great skills, but are they going to be like you and play at the Bernabeu, you know, and be at that level? You're playing with someone who's that guy in golf, Billy Horschel, defending champion. When you look at Billy, as good as you play, when you look at Billy and how he plays, where do you see the big gap? What's the biggest difference between Billy's level and where you are?
The biggest, just the consistency. I think just even the bad shots that he hits, it's like slightly off the fairway, or it's slightly not pin high, and it's always missing in the right spots. Whereas us amateurs, okay, we can play well in kind of spurts, but the bad shots become really bad, and you make silly decisions like trying to hit driver 280, 290 into wind. So
yeah,
it's just how smart they play and the execution and the consistency.
Whilst we've got you, and tapping into what you did brilliantly and maybe applying it to the sport that you love now in golf, stepping up for a penalty, it's where you become an individual in your sport, pressure's on you, dealing with that moments of wait before you actually go ahead and take the penalty. How did you deal with those moments as a footballer to put yourself in a good headspace when you're feeling the nerves?
Yeah, no, there's been occasions, Champions League final in the penalty shootout was probably one to come to mind, just trying to really just focus in on what you do in training. Picture yourself on the training field doing what you do, and I always try to just picture myself in the training ground, even though you're in a high pressure situation with all the fans, the pressure, and just, you know, you can do it. Picture yourself somewhere else and just execute like you do. It sounds simple, but it's a skill that I was lucky to have.
We're nearly up to your, well, we're not nearly up to your tee shot. It's about 320 yards away, but it looks like you have hit it across the corner. Before we wrap this up though, Ryder Cup's coming. How do you see that one going for Europe against the United States?
Yeah, I think everyone says it's probably one of the hardest things to do in golf is winning away Ryder Cup. So, yeah, I fully believe in the team that we're going to win. But yeah, it's going to be a tough task on a tough course against a tough team. So, I'm sure Luke and all the boys are doing all their preparation like they always do, and yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to watch it and enjoy the spectacle.
Andy, thanks for spending time with us. A little bit of a grim day here. How's the game going on the West Course?
Actually hitting the ball all right for me, but yeah, not scoring that well yet. Long way to go.
You played the old course for the first time, and as a Scotsman, obviously this is like, it's a rite of passage, right, in golfing terms. What did you make of it, and tell us about that putt?
Yeah, I mean, so I only played 5 holes. We played the final 5 holes. I mean, it was amazing. We got great weather. I mean, I thought the course was beautiful. I liked it because it felt quite open, which I need. But yeah, it was an amazing opportunity to go and play there. And then, yeah, the putt was like, it was about 100 foot. And I you know, obviously I never hold putts like that. So to do it there, yeah, it was incredible. And there was like, you know, there was a decent crowd like behind the 18th green, and I mean, my reaction on reflection was a bit embarrassing.
No, it was pure joy, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I was just like, yeah, to do that on the 18th hole at St Andrews for me, like, Yeah, it was special moment, but yeah, I loved it.
So you're out here with Gareth today, two great competitors in sport, different disciplines, and I suppose for you, when you look at golf and tennis, what would be your biggest similarity, but also what would be your biggest difference between those two sports in terms of the way you have to go about them, maybe mentally?
Yes, I mean, I think to get to the top of any sport, you have to be extremely driven, and he was obviously at the top of the football game for a long time. So I think you need that in every sport. But then, yeah, there's the difference of in an individual sport, the outcome is pretty much solely dependent on how you perform, and that maybe brings an added pressure and a bit of loneliness as well at times after defeats. And I think like with team sports, you could play really well. If your teammates don't, you might lose, and vice versa. But you have the added benefit of having your teammates to bring you up if you've had a bad result, or you share in the the enjoyment as well of winning. So that was one of the things I loved it when we played team competitions in tennis. I really liked that, but it's just not many of them.
No. For you as well, because no one's going to pick you up. You haven't got a team around, as you said, most of the time in your discipline in tennis. You've got to do it yourself. What was your greatest tool for being able to get yourself back up after a disappointment?
Was just like showing up the next day, really. Right. I think, it's easy to go and sort of hide away for a few days and miss a few days training or what have you, but I think I did quite a good job of that when I was playing. Like, I didn't go away and sulk for 3 or 4 days. I always kind of used the loss of motivation. I'd go back out there and start training the next day, even if you felt terrible or didn't really want to go and do it. I always found that helped me.
Okay, just before we let you go, because a big team event coming up in golf, prediction: Europe versus the United States, Ryder Cup.
Europe
by a margin. I
think it's going to be close, and I think I was going to try and go over there. It's not happening now, but everyone said the atmosphere is going to be unreal.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. It'll be great.
I've just realised you're getting to play it from the same spot.
We all
is
get
it like a scramble?
The drive.
Oh, it's my sort of golf.
Yeah, I know. All
right, we're going to let you press on. Thanks for spending time with us. Enjoy it. Great to have you with us. Thanks, Andy.
Thanks.